Okay, here's everything that happened in medicine and healthcare today, and it's July 29th. Starting us off today, we had the Health and Human Services Department under the Trump administration demand Duke University address allegations of racial discrimination. They want them to create a new Merit and Civil Rights Commission, which is going to be evaluating the issue, and then they have to report all documents within 20 days to the administration. We had a big study out of Nature Neuroscience that suggests that maybe your brain is preparing you for when you see other people sick. We have a bunch of people a bunch of virtual reality headsets and said we want you to press a button as soon as you are touched. They were exposed to different people who either looked scared or they looked kind of nervous or they potentially even looked sick. Participants were pressing the button much sooner when it came to individuals who looked sick, and when they looked at things like functional MRIs and looked at things that control things like threat assessment, those areas were increased signal, meaning that their brain was essentially saying, hey, you got to look out for this. I should just say it's kind of like the idea of the smoke detector. When the smoke detector goes off, everyone freaks out. It's because your brain would rather be overly cautious than be underprepared for situations like that. Kind of similar in this case. Moving back to the HHS, the department has announced that they're going to be creating a $100 million program in order to investigate hepatitis C. Specifically, this is going to be treating, evaluating, and providing options for individuals who suffer from hepatitis C, specifically those with substance abuse disorders or other mental illnesses. Lastly, we had a big study out of China that's talking about the possible inflection point when it comes to aging in the human body. Basically looked at cadaver donor bodies from a bunch of people between the ages of 18 and 68. And essentially what they found was that certain organs were aging faster, but on average, most of them were aging at a process at around 45 to 50 years old. What they did was by looking at the amount of protein of something called GAS6 inside of the different organs. Now, from my studies, they saw that this specific protein has increased levels and showed things with aging like worsened grip in mice. So they suspect as this protein ages in certain organs, that organ itself is getting older. Certain organs like the adrenal gland started to show average aging at around 30 years old, meaning that each organs are being impacted differently. If you want a full breakdown of all of this and you want a more in-depth analysis, you can find that on my Substack with a link in the bio, or if you want to help support the page, there's some ways for you to do that in the links above. I will see you tomorrow for the rest of the news.